Welcome everyone to Unmuted Love. I'm C. Eshelman, and I'm back today to talk to you about, well, the notion that maybe we have too many holidays. Today's episode is called Fireworks, Meltdowns, and Loud Events, a survival guide for fragile nervous systems. I've got one, and most of our kids do too. So let me be super duper honest. The 4th of July is not a fun holiday for me. Nor is New Year's Eve, for that matter. First of all, I've really never been into it. But when I got kids, I was really not into it. I was out of it. I was, oh my goodness, what are we doing to ourselves? It's noise. It's unpredictability. It's super amounts of mountains of sugar or champagne highs, whatever you want to call it, followed by emotional cliff dives, right? It's crowds. It's people who don't understand my kids or my parenting decisions. And it's my own nervous system shouting loudly, next year I'm staying home. If that resonates, I see you, parents. I see you. I am you. I discovered early that things that were supposed to be fun for kids and families turned my world upside down and really freaked out my kids' nervous systems. And while today we're coming up on the 4th of July, ding, 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 here in the United States, everything in this episode applies to any celebration that involves fireworks, loud noises, crowds, sensory overload, or broken routines. That includes New Year's Eve, Chinese or Lunar New Year, weddings with fireworks or loud music, Christmas and holiday gatherings, sporting events, festivals, parades, neighborhood celebrations that last for days instead of hours. There are a lot of celebrations that involve fireworks. I know they're cool. They're pretty. They look great over water. I mean, I get it. I feel that way too, except when I'm there, except when I'm involved in feeling the neurocascade of cortisol, adrenaline flooding my prefrontal cortex and taking me offline, where I'm just a little bit shell-shocked in the moment. I know this doesn't happen to everybody. Also, I think it does happen to a lot of our kids. So if explosions, crowds, or unpredictability are involved, nervous systems don't care what the holiday is called. They're on high alert for danger because all brains are scanning for safety or danger at 4-second intervals. Yep. 4-second intervals. Can you believe that? That is what our midbrain, our amygdala, is doing. It's scanning for safety and danger at 4-second intervals. And that means it picks up everything, every sound, every flicker, every comment, every person, every bright color, every flash, every facial expression. I mean, that's serious, right? And if you or your child had early trauma, the sensitivity causes super high alert and super big behavior. So what are you going to do, right? It's not like holidays are going away. Are you going to lock yourself in an underground shelter every holiday? Ooh, that does sound tempting to me, but I live in California and storm shelters are hard to come by here. And I don't want to miss out on everything all the time. And we parents don't have to, but we have to be mindful and we have to be intentional about what we're doing when we have these little brains who aren't that resilient sometimes in the moment of fear. Today, I want to share a little about how to have fun without meltdowns, or at least with fewer, shorter, and less explosive ones, without shaming your child and without sacrificing yourself on the altar of having fun or making good childhood memories for the kids. So first of all, if you live in the US, and honestly anywhere in the world, a staggering number of children have experienced trauma of one kind or another. Early adversity cuts across race, culture, income, and zip code. It's not those families. It's not a small group of outliers. It's us. It's all of us. When children experience repeated stress, loss, neglect, abuse, chaos, or disruptions early in life, their developing brains adapt. And don't even get me started on how COVID messed with all children, especially school-age children, actually in all adults. It's not maladaptive the way it feels. It's adaptive, right? Our brains adapt to dangerous environments, or at least perceived danger. Not always because something is wrong, but because something dangerous happened at some point somewhere, and it's encoded in our brains and our nervous systems. So our children's nervous systems learned how to survive in a world that did not feel safe. And for many, the world really wasn't safe. For me, it wasn't safe. So let's talk about how the brain adapts to these things. Well, it looks like toxic stress, a brain that stays on high alert in the absence of an obvious stressor. Or it looks like a stress response system that scans every 4 seconds for safety or threat. Actually, that's everybody, isn't it? I just said that. Everybody's nervous system is doing that. It looks like a prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logical thinking, impulse control, and cause and effect, getting flooded with cortisol. under stress and snaps offline in an instant. Boom, just like that. It might look like even dysmaturity, where in the face of some form of dysregulation or some kind of danger, your child, who may look one age on the outside but functions much younger on the inside, especially when overwhelmed. That's called dysmaturity. That means they act younger than their actual age. Now, let's take that brain and drop it into a typical 4th of July or any fireworks-based celebration. Sudden loud bangs, bright flashing lights, crowds, new places, new smells, new foods, late nights, wild routines, overtired children refusing to eat, refusing to drink water or rest, overtired parents trying very hard to make things special, and feeling like failures as the minutes tick by. You've just created a perfect storm of dopamine, adrenaline, and cortisol, flooding a brain that is already working full-time to protect itself from danger. And we call this festive. Or should I say, and we call this festive? It could be said a lot of different ways, couldn't it? Yes, we call it festive, but it doesn't always feel festive. Their nervous systems call it danger. Danger, danger. And frankly, mine calls it danger too because of my early beginnings, and maybe yours too. This is why so many parents say, I don't understand. My child was fine all day and then just like that fell apart. Nothing went wrong. Their system simply hit capacity. So I'm going to give you some basic steps to prepare for life during, let's for the sake of argument, call festivities. Okay? Step number 1, adjust your expectations and your exit plan, frankly. Let's start with you because your nervous system matters too. Before you pack the cooler and load the car or say yes to the invitations, do something radical here. Lower the bar. Put on your flexibility hat. Go into the day assuming things like, my child may hit their limit earlier than I'd like. I might need to leave early even if things are going okay. Plans may change. The highlight of the holiday might be me sitting in the car at 9:15 p.m. with a dysregulated child and a half-seen fireworks show before the rest of the family finds the car when the show's over. That sounds like fun times. And if that doesn't happen, hey, bonus! That means you over-prepared. I'm actually not being sarcastic. You're being an excellent attuned parent, planning in advance for what could happen. Grieve the ideal holiday right now. Not in the middle of a meltdown surrounded by glow sticks and annoying relatives. Let go of the fantasy version where everyone smiles, poses for the photos, and stays regulated through bedtime. That may not be your family. It sure wasn't mine, and it's not a lot of yours. Right? It's actually more normal than it is abnormal, frankly, for kids to just go through something like the 4th of July celebration, fireworks, and go to bed happily and peacefully without any kind of meltdown or disruption. Frankly, that version is for postcards. Your parenting nervous systems. It's hard to keep that in mind, but it's true. Step number 2, front load the brain without building anxiety. That's a trick. How do you do that? Well, children from difficult beginnings do better when they know what's coming. They just do. But don't go overboard or give them heads up too early. That backfires on the anxiety side. Every detail is not necessary. And a 5-day countdown is too long. Just enough structure to reduce surprise is what they need. The day of or the night before, front load the basics. Where you're going, who will be there, what kinds of activities to expect, what the food sitch looks like, and then some rough timing estimates. Use simple, concrete language with your kids. For example, first we're going to grandma's, then we'll go to the park. If your body's still doing okay, we might stay longer for fireworks. If your body gets too tired, or I'm too tired, or we all get too buzzy, we'll head on home. And we'll watch the fireworks on TV, I promise. Now, notice the magic word there is might. Because you might need to leave before the fireworks, and that is so disappointing. You're going to get a meltdown for that. Also, if you've had a meltdown for the last hour, the fireworks are not going to make it better, so you might as well head on home. You're building a neuro roadmap. You're not selling a product, so please don't oversell the fun of fireworks. Fireworks are not necessarily fun. They can be actually frightening. Overselling creates pressure. And pressure creates stress explosions. Step number 3, plan for sensory bodies, not cute outfits. So I know that's a little snarky of me, but you know what? I remember dressing my kids all up in 4th of July colors and the right t-shirts, and they looked cute as bugs. And, 4th of July and similar celebrations are basically sensory obstacle courses. They don't need a cute outfit for it, not really. They need a nervous system right? Plan. So think like a nervous system, not like Pinterest or Instagram. Layers matter. So pack for everything: heat, cold, wet, sticky, overstimulated, and bring extra clothes, extra underwear. Yeah, lots of extra underwear, something soft and dry, a hoodie they can pull over their head and disappear into. Comfort foods are okay, honest. Give them some comfort foods. Even if there's amazing food everywhere, bring something familiar. Hunger plus overwhelm equals fuel on the meltdown fire. Just ask me. This will help regulation, is to bring comforting things. Emotional support objects are also a smart idea, like stuffies or weighted blankets, weighted items, squishmallows, cozy blankets, items they love. As the sky darkens, internal tension will begin to rise. Familiar objects help anchor safety, right? You're touching safety. You have safety wrapped around you. You're in the arms of someone safe. That can help lower the distress that could be slowly creeping up. Step 4, folks, be the bridge to people and play. What I mean by that is new people are hard for our kids. Not all of our kids, but many of them. And even if they look like it's not hard, by the end of the day, if they're melting down, it probably was hard. New kids are generally hard. Group dynamics are hard. Some kids freeze, some bulldoze their way through it, some struggle to read cues. Your personal presence helps. Your supportive, personal, loving presence helps. Stay close, but not intrusive. Join the play when you can. Gently translate social situations when necessary, and deepen your child's experience of safety and delight. Of course, you're not hovering, you're lowering the threat level in these moments. Once your child feels oriented and accepted, separation happens more naturally. So that's repetition over time. Remember, it takes a very long time and many, many, many repetitions of something to create a new neural pathway. So that over the years of front loading, preparing, keeping safe, reminding of safety, holding your child in a sweet, loving, safe container, their brain will begin to expect safety and understand that the fireworks are frightening, but the feeling in their body is actually excitement, and it doesn't always trigger the fight, flight, freeze response. Step number 5, turn down the volume, literally. If there is one item every trauma parent should carry, it's ear protection. Foam earplugs are fine. Noise canceling headphones are awesome. Noise canceling headphones with a hoodie pulled tight around their face, it's magic. Fireworks wear down the nervous system, even adult ones, right? Let your child use ear protection whenever they want, wherever they are, actually. And yes, you're allowed to use ear protection too. Wear them. You might need them. Yes, in the car or during fireworks, or actually when walking around the house when your kids are a little upregulated. Step 6. Rethink fireworks entirely. You are not required by law, tradition, or patriotism to sit under explosions in the sky. Gentler options might be watching from afar, watching over water, watching on TV. And yes, TV fireworks count, just like the Yule log counts. I watch the Yule log quite often during the holiday season, and it just brings a lovely sort of crackling glow to a living room that doesn't have a working fireplace, and it feels cozy. So I actually really do that. The fact that it's on a TV doesn't actually really matter that much. I mean, it would be nice to have one in my living room, but actually it's sort of nice to have one that I don't have to try to figure out how to light. If you're staying home, talk to your neighbors if possible, because maybe they could move the fireworks as far away from your back fence or your side fence or your front driveway as they can. Give your child a heads up and offer choices about what they could do instead. Predictability is regulation, right? Predictability is regulation's best friend. Step number 7, handle big feelings without shame. Now, I know you're not in the habit of shaming your kids on purpose, but I also know that shame is one of those things that can kind of leak out when we're overwhelmed ourselves. This is the tender, fragile part. Sometimes we get more dysregulated than our kids, especially when embarrassment or judgment shows up around family members at family festivities. So please remember this. A dysregulated child can't do better in that moment, but they always want to. Their logic brain is offline. Your job is not to convince them they're safe. Your job is to be safe around them when they're not feeling safe. Try this. Hey, honey, I've got you. Come here, I'll hold you. Or let's put this blanket around you. Or snuggle up right over here. Oh yeah, babe, it's a lot, isn't it? Woo! I wish I had an extra pair of headphones. I should have brought some for myself. Or you don't have to like this baby. It's okay. We'll go home soon. Or, hey, let's go home, babe. Let's take care of your nervous system. It's getting a little fried, isn't it? It's okay. Step 8, borrow these regulation tools for you. And I mean that because honestly, parents do get dysregulated often before the kids or as the kids are getting dysregulated. Your regulation is the most important regulation around. You can't co-regulate when you're dysregulated. So try slow breathing for yourself, grounding games like find 5 red things, 4 yellow things, 3 blue things, 2 orange things, a purple thing. There are other ways of looking at grounding games. 5 things you can touch, 4 things you can smell. That way, using all of your senses. Sometimes in the moment, it's actually hard to find all those things. And so I just like to find colors. I can always find colors. You don't have to fix anything. Staying present and co-regulating with is being with in a loving way, right? Being with the people that we love is what they need. Being with regulated is co-regulating. That's it. Here's the real win. The real celebration is in us going through a 4th of July without losing our own minds, right? You don't have to love the 4th of July. You don't have to love fireworks. You don't have to force your child to perform by being good in the presence of fireworks and all the things that go with a big festive celebration. What matters, parents, is this. You adjusted the plan. You believed your child's fear when they had it. You chose connection over control or punishment or correction. That's the real win. That's the real celebration. And if the day is still seriously messy, well, welcome to the real world. This is your real world, and messy is okay. It means you're parenting a trauma-impacted nervous system kid in a world that loves big old noise. So I'm coming to you from the studio of the Unmuted Love podcast, and I am here to tell you, you have not failed if your own nervous system has flipped its lid or if your child has. All you have to do is recover, repair, co-regulate, and skip it next year. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for everything you do for children and for families to recover and to heal and to become the parents that your children need you to be.